Welcome guys! The purpose of this video is to give you some tips and techniques to improving your aim in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and ultimately just get more kills. This video will go over the following topics: aiming techniques and how to improve them, crosshair placement, targeting modes, peak shooting technique and firing modes. Now before we start talking aiming techniques, I just want to remind you that having your mouse set up properly is super important. I've made a guide on how to properly set up your mouse and I'll provide a link to the video in the description. Aiming techniques. You have two techniques, which are tracking and flicking. Tracking is when you track a target with your mouse cursor while the target and or yourself are moving. Flicking is quickly moving your mouse to your target and then firing right as the cursor is pointing at the target. If you want to improve your tracking, you can practice on stationary objects like this. Try varying your position and the way you move, and just keep that crosshair pointing straight at your target. Tracking practice like this will also give away some information about your sensitivity. If you are tensing up really badly in your arm and hand, it might be because your sensitivity is way too high. Try lowering it and see if that feels better. Now assuming you've watched my mouse setup video, then you can actually use other games such as Overwatch to practice your tracking skills. This is because you've made the sensitivity in both games identical. How to improve your flicking skills? Well, again, you can practice on stationary objects, but if you're serious about improving your aim, you should consider doing it in the more fast-paced action games, as you'll learn faster. Again, this only works if your mouse sensitivity is the same in other games as it is in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. But basically you can do the same technique as I'm showing you here. You can just find the target and then practice just flicking towards the target, shooting one time and then see if you hit the target. Just do it over and over again. And if you have a tendency of overshooting your target, then your sensitivity is probably too high and you might consider lowering it. And at the same time, if you undershoot your target, you might need to increase your sensitivity. Now the next thing I want to talk about is crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is a supporting aiming technique. The idea is that you always want to point your mouse in the direction where you think there is most likely to be an enemy. And if you have to move your mouse a lot, you risk losing the advantage of the first shot, plus you actually risk missing the guy as well. Notice here how my crosshair is never pointing at the wall, and only where a potential enemy could appear. Just move your crosshair in a nice curve around the corner. And in the bad example here, I'm aiming into the wall while I strafe out to peek. And let me be frank, chances are that an enemy won't just come out of the wall, so there's really no need to be aiming at the wall. Now firing modes. I would always advise using single fire at long range. It's just a lot more precise than using full auto or semi-auto. At close range you should of course be in full auto mode. This doesn't mean just mentally spraying down like I'm doing here, but you can do some bursts to avoid losing control of your weapon. Targeting mode. At close range, and especially with a shotgun, you should often use free look mode. That means no right clicking at all. Why? Going into ADS or first person will be a disadvantage as you narrow down your field of view significantly. And also if you go into targeting mode, hold right click, you risk losing view of your target completely, because you either look inside a wall or an object like this. If you use targeting mode inside houses or in close quarters, I'll recommend you use the link keys. By standard, that's Q and E. A great technique used with the shotgun is the peek shoot technique. Peeking around a corner like this, you can see where your enemy is and prepare exactly where to shoot. But if you have a shotgun, it's very easy to win these fights. Just peeking while firing a single shot and going back, like this. And I hope you do appreciate the extra drama I had in this clip for just doing it when the bombs were falling from the sky. Now a final small tip is to just try to relax in your hand and in your body when you aim. Because if you're all tense in your arm and hand, your aim will be much worse than a relaxed and focused hand. Now that will be all I had for you in this video. And if you like this video and want to see more like this, please give me a like and subscribe. It took a long time to make this video and I really hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.